Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Friday chat. My name is Aquila, and I am the minister at Formartin Church. I hope that you've had a good few days, and it hasn't been too sort of stressful and challenging for you. I have been thinking about what I would like to say today to you. And this kept coming up in my head for the last sort of day or two. It's been living rent-free in my head, as a matter of fact. And it is actually a Bible passage, and it comes from Hebrews. And in this letter, what Paul is saying is that he is encouraging the people that he is writing this letter to. He's seen them kind of getting a bit downhearted and thinking, this Christianity is just a bit too much, and they've kind of had enough of all this following what sort of Paul has taught about Jesus. So Paul writes them this letter, and the title of the letter, from the version that I'm reading this from, is headed Discipline in the Long Distance Run. And it goes like this. Do you see what this means? All these pioneers who blaze the way, all these veterans cheering us on. It means we'd better get on with it, strip down, start running, and never quit. No extra spiritual fat, no parasitic sins. Keep your eyes on Jesus, who both began and finished this race we're in. Study how he did it, because he never lost sight of where he was headed. That exhilarating finish in and with God. He could put up with anything along the way. Shame, cross, whatever. And now he's there in the place of honour, right alongside God. When you find yourselves flagging in your faith, go over that story again, item by item, that long litany of hostility he ploughed right through. That will shoot adrenaline in your souls. Now, the version that I'm reading from of the Bible is the Message version, and it was translated by Eugene Peterson. And it's a great entry-level Bible. If you are thinking of buying a Bible, I think it's probably one of the easiest to read. And Eugene Peterson is a well-known and celebrated theologian. He's sadly passed away now, but he wrote some wonderful, wonderful books about theology. So let's slowly get back to what this passage says. We're in a race that many, in fact, all, Christians have been in. We think of the disciples that Jesus had around him, the original 12. 11 of them were in this race after Jesus passed away. At first, they were afraid. They did not want to step out of their house. But do you know what happened? The Holy Spirit came down and he fired their imagination, and he gave them a kind of bravery and courage to go out and live the gospel and live what it was like to be a follower of Jesus. The Holy Spirit kind of opened their eyes. Now, we celebrate this during Pentecost, which is after Easter. So I kind of talk a bit more about the Holy Spirit then. But sometimes we feel ourselves kind of flagging. We feel ourselves just disappointed and just fed up. We kind of think, what is the point of all of this following Jesus? What do we get out of it? And that's kind of a very human question to ask. What do we get out of following Jesus? Now, there's a big sort of answer. I could talk about this for an hour with you, but we don't have an hour. But I just want to say this. Following Jesus and being a Christian is, I think, the biggest adventure you will ever go on in your life. It's not an easy adventure, but boy, are the payoffs, if I can use that word, amazing. Giving your life over to Jesus and just saying, take my life, Jesus, God, Holy Spirit, take my life, it's in your hands. It's probably one of the most freeing things you can ever do. Take it from me. We talk in this world about freedoms and the freedoms that we have. The biggest freedom you can ever have is giving your life over to Jesus and not worrying about the everyday things and pressures and stresses that you have in life, that you see through social media, through just being in the friend groups that you have. Being a Christian, it takes that away, and it doesn't mean that you'll never be stressed, that you'll never have anxiety and fear, but you have God, you have Jesus, you have the Holy Spirit who is there with you, who has got your back. And when you have these things, tell them. Because believe me, when you do, it takes those burdens off your shoulders. Well, that's all I have to say for today. Thank you for coming on and watching me. I really appreciate it. And I asked you to please like and share this. I'll see you for Friday prayers. Goodbye and God bless until we meet again. Take care.